Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. About a year and a half ago or so, we launched our sister YouTube channel where we have offered visual presentations to complement what we do here on the podcast, which is audio only. If you haven't had an opportunity to subscribe or become a member of our YouTube channel, I would appreciate it if you would consider doing so. We have some unique content there. It's always focused on the facts of the case, just like this podcast, whatever case we're covering. We started out with Idaho versus Kohberger, and over the years, we've added several more cases. One thing that we do on our YouTube channel every so often, on the community page, we post quizzes testing our knowledge of the facts. Over the course of the past week, we offered two such quizzes. One was focused on EWU Media versus the City of Moscow and the Moscow Police Department, which is a public records lawsuit. The other is on Idaho versus Kohberger. What we're going to do now is to address these two quizzes on our community page and provide the answers. So if you haven't yet had a chance to take the quiz, please stop the podcast here, take the quiz on our YouTube channel, and come back for the answers. The first question that was posted states that we are hosting a live event on May 18th, 2026, the day of the hearing, oral argument, ladies and gentlemen, in the matter styled as EWU Media LLC versus City of Moscow and the Moscow Police Department, a public records lawsuit concerning the Kohberger files. What the question asked: who is not a party to this proceeding? The first answer was EWU Media LLC. The second is the City of Moscow. The third, Moscow Police Department. And the fourth was the intervener. So of these four choices, which one is not a party to the proceeding? And 48% of those who took the quiz got it right. The interveners are not parties. The parties in the case are EWU Media. They are the petitioners. The respondents are the City of Moscow and the Moscow Police Department. What the judge did is, upon the intervener's motion, she allowed them to come into the case and have an opportunity to be heard based on her finding that they had a right to be heard in this matter. Although they're not the party suing, that's EWU Media, and they are not the party being sued, that's the City of Moscow and the Moscow Police Department. It's similar to what happened in the Kohberger case when the media intervened, as they did a few times during the case. So the correct answer there: the interveners are not parties. The second question stated, testing our knowledge of the facts of the case, Idaho versus Kohberger. When the issue of a possible leak concerning the mainstream media presentation of That Terrible Night on King Road was raised in the document and record holds orders, which constitutional privilege related to due process did Judge Hippler address? Was it, first option, right to notice? Second option, right to an opportunity to be heard? Third option, right to an impartial jury? Fourth option, right to freedom of speech? And the answers can be found here in the May 15th, 2025 document and record hold orders that Judge Hippler issued, one to the state of Idaho and one to the defense. He addresses the fact that this possible leak raised a concern regarding the constitutional privilege of a right to an impartial jury. And 81% of the people who took the quiz got that one right on the money. Let's look at the other options. Option 1 and option 2, right to notice, right to opportunity to be heard. That is due process. There's 3 elements at a minimum that must happen for a person to have due process of law: notice, opportunity to be heard, and right to an impartial decision maker, impartial jury. Right to freedom of speech, although constitutional and very important as well, is found in the First Amendment. It is one of the 5 freedoms that we cite to regularly. 5 freedoms in the First Amendment: freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom to assemble peacefully, and freedom to petition the government for grievances. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.